I'm crooked.
Tell me when you're straight because I can't really see it very well.
Yeah, I'm pretty straight.
Pretty straight?
Yeah, I like girls. Really into dudes, kind of at all.
Kind of at all.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to bring this forward more.
I mean, I can appreciate a good-looking dude, but like, I'm not interested in like touching a good-looking dude.
This sound. If you guys can hear us, let us know.
Reach 3D printer says, yeah! Super exclamation marks.
Okay. Move our water.
Oh, the curtain is rising. Oh, is it? I actually didn't even know we were live until it said on the screen. You're live. Check is good. All right, I think everyone can hear us.
Oh, excellent.
Well, that's good. Man, I look way better than last week. Maybe because I shaved, but I think, hey, tomaters.
Tomaters, good morning. Okay, I'm going to do our usual disclaimer as I'm adjusting our thing. That is, you guys are welcome to ask questions once we get to questions and answers, but please keep in mind that if you wouldn't answer the question yourself, please don't ask it of us. And in terms of where we are located, we've already covered that we're not going to be discussing that on any of our videos, but you're welcome to send us emails with any private questions that you would like to potentially have answered at theadventurebuildermovie@gmail.com. So the one thing I do want to bring up, you guys may or may not have known, thanks. Apparently we got approved as YouTube creators.
So we're super thankful?
So we're super thankful. So the cool thing about this is that you are welcome to use super thanks as a donation option in any of the videos by just clicking super thanks. And then I think you can type whatever you want so we can answer those questions. And we do respond to all of the super thanks, all of the super chats, all the super stickers, as well as we try our best to respond to most questions when possible. So
I am so glad you started taking over all that stuff because I have no idea what you're even talking about.
It's okay.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I want to remind you guys two things. You can put us in 2 times speed to catch up in the live.
Huh. Did we get his email?
I don't know. Yes, we did actually, and I responded. Enigmatic onion.
Might have to respond
I did
again.
respond to your email, and I didn't get a response back from you, so maybe it kind of got crossed in the things.
The internet.
No problem though, but I did write a reply. Guys, so 2 times speed will catch you up in the live today, and when you're posting a question, please remember to include in capital letters question at the beginning, or you can put 2 question marks and it just makes it easier for us to see it. Or you can choose super chat or super sticker. Well, no, super chat, and you can ask whatever question you want and it highlights it in a bright sparkly color. Without further ado, here's Jaimie.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know. Why are you like so close? Oh, now you're sitting back. I thought it was just going to be like you in the foreground and me like in the back.
Way up here.
Space companies or what? I'd love to go to space, but I'm not worried about that right now. Okay, I'm just going to do this over this way before Dashaina gets back. Now I'm more in the screen.
Yeah, no,
although I think that just shaded us. Look, we're in the shade now. You might have to open that again.
Well, it actually.
Or did we just get a cloud?
It looks better.
Anyway, well, before Dashaina gets back, I'm just going to talk about how much better I think I look this week than last week. Last week I was like real tired. And that started like 2 weeks ago. I was just feeling kind of run down, which happens sometimes because I'm not real big on rest. I'm always going and going. So it's understandable to get tired once in a while. Oh, you're changing it, are you?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out where it's best with lighting.
Yeah, when I started feeling tired, I was like, well, maybe this is nothing. Let me just keep going. And then like a week went by and I wasn't feeling any better. I was just feeling more tired. So I was like, all right, let me just take a week off and just chill out and rest, which is hard for me because I like want to do things. If I'm sitting around, I feel like I need to do tomatoes. You're ridiculous. So it's hard for me to take a rest, but I was like, I need to take a week of rest because I've just been going for so long, right? So Monday, I took pretty easy this week. And then
you said to point it to the better looking person.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. You have to get one of the kids in here. So anyway, Monday I took pretty easy. I was relaxing But I didn't really feel any better. And then Tuesday, I kind of relaxed and, didn't do a lot of stuff. And I didn't really feel any better either. And I was starting to thinking, maybe this resting thing is no good, which is maybe why I never do it. And then you radioed me Wednesday morning and said, hey, Jaimie, this is going to be super summarized, but hey, Jaimie, basically there's some stuff we could really use and it would be great if you go get it today. Do you want to go to town? And I was like, oh man, I'm trying to rest this week, and going to town for me is it wasn't that much of an emergency. Anyway, this is not the point. No, you see, if you start saying things like that, the whole thing I'm trying to say is going to get derailed. Okay, so anyway, I was like, all right, I'll go. And it wasn't an emergency. I didn't need to go. You could have just got someone to bring the little thing we needed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry.
So I was like, all right, I'm feeling real tired, and there's no sun, so I'm just going to have to pedal boat the whole way. So I'm going to be really tired when I get back, but whatever. I'm just going to screw up my rest and pedal boat to town and back. Oh, and I took the zombie chopper, which is the first real test I've done since I gave it a tune-up. Oh, it worked great. So anyway, I get in my boat. I'm already feeling tired and worn out, and I start pedaling to town. And there's no sun, although I have the switch on because in my pedal boat, there's also solar panels and a motor. So I have that turned on, but it's just like, so I'm mostly just pedaling. 2 hours into this trip on the way to town, I'm like, man, I'm just feeling so worn out. And I'd already taken my feet off the pedals a few times and coasted to a stop and just been like, oh, okay, just got to keep pedaling. But during that whole 2 hours, I started thinking, and I remembered something, and this is so weird looking up at the camera because I don't usually look up at people. Anyway, I started remembering that whenever I feel most sluggish is when I'm not doing any intense exercise. Because like if you're always kind of doing the same thing, your body adapts to whatever you're doing. Like your blood vessels kind of shrink down to the size they need to be. Kind of your body gets used to just outputting the amount of energy you're kind of using, so it kind of reduces your capabilities to whatever you're doing. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. If I, instead of resting so much, maybe I just need to crank myself up really hard for a little bit and do some really intense exercise and get my body used to that. Then when I come back down, then I'll feel good. And I was thinking, I haven't done this in a while because I've just been plodding along at this, steady pace. So 2 hours into this pedal boat ride, I was like, all right, I'm going to do a half-hour workout right now. Like a minute hard, 2 minutes soft, and then like a minute hard and 2 minutes soft for half an hour. So I started cranking that out, and I got to the end of that, and I was breathing hard, and my heart was like, boom, 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 boom. And I was like, okay, that was good. And then I just, medium pedaled the rest of the way to town. But because I was so revved up, it was actually easier to get the rest of the way to town. And then I got to town and ran all over town, like literally on my feet, because that's what I do. I just run around town, get all the stuff we need, put it in the boat, and then start pedaling back. And again, there's no sun. I'm just pedal boating. I did have a bit of a tailwind, which was nice. But anyway, I was like, all right, let me do 2 more of these workouts on the way back. So 2 more times on the way back, I did like a hard half-hour, interval workout. And then by the time I got back home, man, my legs were so sore. And the bottoms of my feet hurt from pushing on the pedals so hard. I was just like on the outside, I was just feeling pretty beat up. But man, on the inside, I was I was just feeling amazing. And I remembered, I really need to have that in my life. Like it's really useful, just for your own personal strength and health to just kind of rev the engine full speed, a few times a week and just kind of clean out the engine and, stretch everything out and make everything work hard. And then when you come down from that, then normal everything feels so much better. So ever since I did that on Wednesday, I've been feeling so much better than I have in, I don't know, like weeks, months, I don't know. I've been feeling really, really good. And then I did another hard workout on Friday. That was just a very intense thing for like half an hour. So I got to make sure I remember to do that. Yeah, that's about it. And now I'm feeling good.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to?
Do you find any of that to be true for you? And I should say, I also grew up doing like hard interval workouts, like 3 times a week, kind of minimum. So maybe that's just what my body's used to, so that I have to do that now to feel normal.
Like, do I specifically that, or just like exercising in general?
Well, it's a specific type of exercise, because I've been getting tons of endurance exercise,
right.
But it was the really intense, like 20-minute, half-hour thing I need to do a few times a week to feel right. So do you feel like you feel better overall, generally speaking, if a few times a week you do something really intense?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
so it's not just me.
I never really thought about it much, to be honest with you, but I do notice that at times, like so like I'll use the tablet, for example, because
that's
like a lot
intense
of the
exercise.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
So anyway, I mean, talking about derailing. So what I was trying to say is that, like I noticed when I'm doing a lot of work on the internet, for example, and my brain starts kind of getting like, it starts hurting, I guess would be the thing. And I'm like, I have to put this down and stop. And I have to go do something. And like, it can't just be like, oh, I put the tablet down and I go like wash some dishes. I like actually need to go and do something active. So like swim or pedal boat or, whatever. So yeah, I think, and then I feel better. So I think, yeah, that's relevant. Probably. Okay, so I think we should start answering questions. Enough about me, because this isn't my show.
Tom wants to know if watching a couple intense videos each week counts.
Maybe. Okay, so questions are, first question is from Nate. Do you grow any Acerola Barbados cherries?
I think that's what we were talking about this morning.
Today, the star cherries. Is that the ones that look like little miniature pumpkins?
Well, presuming this is the tropical cherries that are the star cherries that would grow here. Yes, we were just talking today about trying to get some of these damn cherries. And there are a few other plants we want to get.
Yeah, there's like a whole list.
I want to grow all kinds of nuts, and I just want to grow a lot of delicious, tasty food. So that is definitely one. The tropical cherry thing. Yeah, they have a few different names, star cherries and
like China cherry, something weird.
I know, they had a few different names when we looked them up.
So, all right, the next question is, have you visited the Plastic Bottle Village?
No.
What plastic bottle village?
Well, okay, I don't know how much I want to get into this, because
wait.
I've heard some sketchy things about this, so I don't.
Can I just ask so I can make sure that I'm clear? Is this the thing that like years ago? Okay, I know what you're talking about. No, we haven't. I don't think we should get into it.
Yeah, no. I heard some sketchy things about it, so I was like, I don't know anything though, so I don't really know if there's any sketchy things going on. So.
I asked a question this morning before our live started to give an example of how people should write questions and stuff, and so I asked how everybody was doing and what the weather or their location was, and so Anonymatron apparently is doing okay today.
Oh, I'm doing okay. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I hope you
only
okay.
Great. Maybe Anonymatron needs to do some intense exercise to increase the ceiling of his comfort level, and then you'll be back in there more easily when you're just doing normal stuff. So that's like one of my favorite things about getting outside my comfort zone. It just makes it bigger.
What is the Get Burget? Yeah, Get Burget wants to know, what was the second best thing that happened this week?
Well, I don't know. The first thing I thought of was just my pedal boat trip to town. And then, because I felt so much worse before that, and I felt so much better after it. Okay, I know. Okay, I would say the best thing that happened this week, and this is not counting stuff with my kids, because, my kids, doing stuff with my kids is always the answer. It's sort of like the sexiest man alive always goes to Brad Pitt, but then he's always like, well, just pick someone else. So not counting my kids as the best thing that happens this week. Doing a really hard pedal boat to town and back. and I, feeling so much better just inside after that. But then the day after that, when my legs weren't sore anymore and my feet weren't sore anymore, that was like an even more boost. That was like the second best boost, and I felt even better.
Awesome.
What was the next thing?
Okay, so somebody would like to know if you follow the space companies or want to go to space. That's Jeff Krupke.
Okay, the outer space thing. If I didn't have kids, I would probably want to do some outer space things.
Yeah.
At this point, if I'm not going anywhere without my family.
Yeah.
And there isn't anything going on right now, in terms of space that we could go as a family safely and reasonably. And I'm not at that point yet to work on that stuff.
And also, it's really funny. Somebody mentioned about the cherries, which we talked about today. But I just noticed somebody also mentioned something about zip lines, which we also talked about this morning too.
Because
do you have like a camera into my house with like surveillance that I don't know about?
Do you want me to tell the zip line thing?
Yeah, I do.
So yesterday, everyone was over at my house except Dashaina and the baby. They're over here, and I was like, Dashaina, I just opened the can of tomato paste, which is like a giant can of tomato paste. I was like, so I made some chili. It's the variety of latza. So I made some latza chili, and I have this big pot, and it was like right up to the top of the pot. Lots of chili, like 4 pounds of beans and gallons of chili. I still have tons of chili. And I was like, hey, Dashaina, I've got like plenty of chili if you wanted to come over for dinner. And then she's looking outside and was like, well, it's kind of windy out. I don't know. It was really windy out. And, she drives a pedal boat too. And, it'll push you around. So then I was like, well, all right, just get some tomorrow. And then you were like, well, if we just had a zip line between our islands, you could just put some in a thing and
and then we were like, hey, let's find a sponsor for a zip line.
Yeah, except then some goon with a sailboat would drive by and his mast would take it out and pull our houses down or something.
So we skipped that idea. All right.
Wait. Oh, the coffee cup.
We got to ask. Oh, right. So Tomatoes wants to know, what are your thoughts on the coffee cup? Okay, Jaimie.
We did look at some. Okay, this is a question about making coffee cups available that people can buy.
We are working on it.
I have a question actually for Tomater. What would you want on the coffee cup? Like if you had, or should I just do some stuff? Right. Because we looked at. There's a coffee cup on.
There's like 3 different kinds of coffee cups on the Spreadshirt.
On Spreadshirt.
Yeah.
Did you look at any other coffee cup?
I haven't had a chance
making
to look
places?
at other companies.
Anyway, we looked at Spreadshirt, and I know what
the. Like a cup, and then the inside is a different color.
Okay.
And then there was another one that was like a tin cup.
Right, but I need to know the part of what I need to put on it.
You could put 3
tin
pictures.
Cup sounds kind of cool.
I know, right? I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it was basically like 3 2-inch by 2-inch pictures that you can put around the outside of the cup.
Where the handle is.
So yeah, I've been thinking about that, but then I wanted to ask, like, is there anything particular, or even a kind of type of thing you'd want on an Adventure Builder coffee cup?
Yeah, so we'll wait till Tomatoes answers that. Let's wander back up here and see if I've missed any questions.
But if you don't have any ideas, I can just come up with something. Like
we just mostly wanted to know what you thought.
I was starting to think, what if I make this thing and the person was thinking I want something totally different, and then I'd be like, oh, I feel like a schmuck. Has your fam had a run-in?
Has our family had a run-in with COVID yet?
We have been accused of causing COVID.
We have been accused of causing COVID.
Yes. But other than that, nothing.
And we have had some visitors who have had COVID way prior to coming here, which has been interesting because they were like, we were so bored being quarantined for 2 weeks with nothing to do. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just totally zoomed out. I don't know what you just said.
It's okay. So
you were saying some other people came to visit?
Yeah, like people who have come to visit us have had it prior to coming here.
Right.
Okay, so let's see. Now I just want to remind you guys that if it doesn't have question written in front of it before you say question, I'm probably going to skip it just because it's hard to notice those kinds of things. Eric Orling would like to know about what is the high-low temperature range where you are. I would say 25.
Well, I get my fire going up pretty hot, and there's a We don't have a fridge, so it's just whatever
yeah.
air temperature.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, I think he's talking about the weather.
I would say 25 to 32.
Celsius.
Yeah.
25 to 32 Celsius? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the air temperature like all year long is usually within a pretty narrow range, like kind of like what it is right now.
Yeah.
Which is, what's that in Fahrenheit for the Americans?
77 to 80. No, 85.
Wait, what was the Celsius?
It's 25 to 32 Celsius. I don't know what that is.
Oh, it never gets up that hot.
I mean,
occasionally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's just the range. Generally,
it's usually like 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 25. It's not 30.
25 is 77.
Which is like 3 below 80, so like 26 degrees Celsius-ish. 26, oh yeah, when I see the thing, it's always like 26, 27, 28 degrees Celsius. Yeah. That's like 90% of the time, day and night.
Yeah.
And it's maybe, even at night, it cools off at like tiny bit.
Night, I would say it even goes lower than 25.
Now, occasionally, we'll get cold weather for a couple days, and cold weather is like
for like maybe 2 days.
Or it'll just be like some random time, and like it'll be like for a few hours or a couple days or something, and like it'll be like, I think it's gotten down to like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, like 20, maybe below
it was like
20 Celsius.
50 something once when we were here, like 54.
And like, if it gets down anywhere near 60 Fahrenheit, people here wear like parkas, like
with fur,
coats with the fur.
Coats with the fur.
I mean, I'm still wearing t-shirts because I'm like, well, this is Canadian summer. Of course.
That's what he would like on the cup.
Oh,
the drawing
like
on
this.
Your shirt. That is pretty cool drawing. Yeah. So
beauty. And then occasionally it gets hot, but it doesn't get hot like summer in Florida. It never gets hot like that. It's more like, what am I doing with my ground pounder? Hold on.
No. Eric was
coffee cup design. Jaimie's silhouette, mashing grounds with his ground pounder. I'm not sure if that's
I think the hammer thing that you used to put the. Never mind.
Who's grounds?
Yeah, because coffee grounds.
Oh. Mashing coffee grounds with my ground pounder.
Anyway, moving on. Take the ride. 23 would like to eat it.
Yeah, like nothing lasts very long. Can you make a hoodie? We have hoodies for sale already, right?
Yeah, there are hoodies, Ralphie. I'll send you a link.
So just about perishable food, like once a week, a vegetable boat comes by that we get vegetables from. That stuff we pretty much eat within, like by the weekend, it's usually gone. It's like 2 or 3 days.
No, mine lasts a week actually.
Yours lasts all week?
On Wednesday, I still have stuff for the morning to use. I very much.
What's today?
Like,
Today's
plan it out.
Sunday. I still have a couple tomatoes left.
Yeah, I plan it out when I order it. Basically.
Yeah, vegetables will last like
3 days.
If we get it from town, I'll get it frozen in a cooler and then just eat it within a day or two. And
it's been our max with that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's been cheese, not. I mean the 3.
Well, I've gotten 2 of those. What are they? 5 pound.
That's right. When they were frozen, the
5 pound things of burgers, and those will last a few days. I just keep them wrapped up real well. And toward the end, it's like, okay, we have to eat this all at once. And usually, oh man, the thing is funny with the ground beef. Like I'll eat like 3 pounds of ground beef at once, and I'll be like, but then the next morning I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go because it's just full of energy,
All right. So, question is: 3 plus 8 equals what?
20, I don't care.
23?
3 plus 8 what?
Yeah.
3 bananas plus 8 mangoes is like 1 happy Jaimie.
Yeah, it is. Any regrets?
It's like 2. You could do 2 smoothies with that.
Yeah. Any regrets from leaving the U.S.?
No, 0. Okay. People sometimes ask what I miss about, maybe one thing, garbage. Because in cities, people always throw out all this brand new stuff. So it was easy to find like I got my skateboard in the garbage, which is not here. I need to get another skateboard. My skateboard skills must be so bad. I probably can't even jump anything anymore.
You know, I was noticing you are so much darker than me.
Yeah. But yeah, generally speaking, I don't miss anything about, city life or, living in the prison as I kind of think of it. I feel so much more free and able to do so many more things here.
Oh yeah, no red tape, really.
Yeah.
Have
you run a marathon? Oh, I've never run an official marathon. I've run lots of road races. I think I've done a 15-mile road race, but I definitely don't remember.
Yeah.
My fastest 10K, 10 kilometers that I remember that was actually an official time was, 31:30. No, faster. 30:31. 30 minutes and 31 seconds. Yeah, but that was right because they had 2 races.
I think we should talk about why a root cellar / room, whatever, would not work.
Oh yeah, root cellars don't work here because it's tropical. Everything's always warm.
There's
the ground is warm.
What is permafrost?
Yeah, so like if you're further away from the equator, the temperature goes up and down more, so you end up getting frozen ground in the winter, and at some point that stays frozen. But even where it doesn't stay frozen, it stays cold, so you can dig a hole and get to cold. Here you dig a hole, it's just like it's pretty much the same temperature, and I've dug pretty deep.
Yeah, you have. Also, I just want to mention, guys, if we've missed your question, don't be scared to repost it. Just please make sure you put question in front of it in capital letters so I can see it really easily when I'm scrolling through the chat. Question from Nature Validates. The dome measurement / mathematical video seems like the shape you used for the dome was a semicircle. Was there a reason?
Oh, a catenary wasn't used.
A catenary wasn't used.
Catenary, not catenary.
Catenary. What is? I don't even know what a catenary is.
You know what a parabolic shape is?
Yes.
Close enough.
Okay, great.
They're actually almost exactly the same thing with a slight difference.
I've literally never heard that word before.
Yeah.
So, but it's probably not my area.
Do you want me to explain? Okay. So a parabolic shape, it would be something you could use to take focal point and like bounce a light like in a perfectly straight column.
She can come over here.
A catenary is more like if you took a chain and hung it, you'd get almost the exact same shape as a parabola, but it's slightly different. So if you were trying to maximize the strength of a curved thing, catenary. But why'd I do a dome instead of catenary? The thing is, the thing was so wide, it would have come out almost circular anyway. So it just seemed easier to do it mathematically, just make it a sphere, like a partial sphere. Oh, you gotta hide the baby eating.
No, it's fine. I have this. It's fine.
No, look, now I can sit up taller.
Okay.
Don't be squished. Yeah, so. And we had some other questions about the dome
and the shape and why the fractional question.
Okay, so there were a bunch of questions about the video I recently did about the measurements of all the pieces to make the dome of my roof, which was like a 40-foot diameter, 13-ish meter diameter dome, concrete dome. It's about 2 stories tall. So a lot of the questions were similar to that in terms of like, why didn't you like do something to really maximize the exact precision exactly? And I'm saying that as a general
like a general question.
Yeah,
Summary.
Because that will cover a lot of the other questions, and I can explain why. So at the point when I was putting the dome on, I'd started at ground level with a pretty good circle, like very good circle. I used a rope, measured, put a stick in the middle, measured a good circle. Then I went up 2 stories using like a level and some concrete forms, and there's no way those are perfectly straight up. So 2 stories up, it wasn't a circle anymore. So, I mean, I didn't measure it. I couldn't fly up in the middle. It wasn't easy to measure something that wide, that high in the air. So it was still fairly close to circular, but I knew it was going to be off by a little bit. So there was no point in trying to, make the dome like a perfect shape that would require the bottom to be a circle. So that answers a lot of the why not this exact thing versus something that was rough question. And one of the questions was, why didn't I plan it out? So when I put these trapezoids in all the way around the circle, why didn't I plan it out so a certain whole number fit perfectly instead of having to cut a piece out at the end? And I mean, even if I would have to measure the real life thing exactly to do that. And even then, as I'm putting the pieces in, there's going to be a tiny bit of error, like things are going to squish together, or there's going to be a little gap between. There's going to be a little error all the way around. And when I get back to the beginning, so it just seemed like a waste of time to try to get that exact. Plus, if I was going to do that, each row, I'd have to make a custom form for the styrocrete. And it's just more trouble than it was worth. It was easier to just say, okay, I'll make them whatever width my current pieces of wood are. The biggest reasonable size I can pick up. And when I get to the end of every row, I just cut a piece and just put it in. Now, if I were building it if I were building a wood one or something like that, like it wasn't a monolithic thing that's just going to be spackled over. If I was building a wood one and it's got to have pieces that are going to line up and everything, then I would want to measure everything exactly. Or when I did the steel dome inside the concrete dome, that I measured everything to fit exactly.
Are you still collecting styrofoam?
This guy ran 10K.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
He did a 1640
printers. Nice job.
I did it. My fastest 5K was 1540. That was an official time.
Official time.
Yeah, an official on the roads time. Okay? And then it takes several minutes to reconnect because there's an antenna up there which is aiming at a tower 16 miles away. Anyway.
Yeah. So I don't even know how long we were out for.
So it works really well, but I guess it takes longer to reconnect than, if you just have a wire coming into your house or whatever.
Yeah.
So we were talking about things that are hard to source from the mainland.
Right.
Now, internet is pretty easy to source. However, when you have a long connection, it takes 10 minutes to reconnect if you get disconnected.
Yeah. Apparently.
What other stuff is hard to get from the mainland? And
I don't know. I was trying to think of that, and I really can't think of anything.
Yeah, you know what it is?
No.
Fast food.
Oh, fast food.
The other day, I had a hankering for Taco Bell because whatever. This is a week and a half ago now.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, I was just thinking because it goes back to this
double-decker thing, whatever things with the
I don't know
hard taco crunchiness.
I used to go to Taco Bell in high school at 2 a.m. when my friend and I would go. Yeah, it was the only place open. We'd be out rollerblading all throughout the city, and there was a Taco Bell that would serve us on our rollerblades. We'd drive up, and they'd be like, "Where's your car?" It was right here. There was one Taco Bell that would actually be like, "All right, just here's the food. Just get out of here."
Yeah.
And then when I was doing all this stuff in Alaska, there was a Taco Bell that was the first thing that we hit coming out of the wilderness, back into the Anchorage area. Anyway, so we can't order a pizza or anything like that.
I mean, we could technically order a pizza. They're just really expensive here.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few islands over there. A few islands away. It's not even that far. It's 4 miles or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some people who
one over by Mike's place, or is it the other place?
Different place. Oh yeah, there's two places. They'll I guess they'll deliver it.
No, they will deliver if you
pay for
them.
It. Yeah.
So it's a $12 pizza becomes
which is tiny. It was tiny. I was so disappointed at that time.
It would take us less time to make it.
Yeah. Oh, I can make a way better pizza.
It'd probably be cheaper. Ralph.
Yeah, that's what it is. When you live off grid.
Fast food.
No, the thing is you have to plan ahead.
Oh yeah.
For everything you're doing. That's the big difference between being in a place where you're a little bit isolated versus where you can get stuff. So I guess The thing that's hard to get from the mainland is a lack of planning.
Yeah,
like you can't just be lazy and just be like, I don't feel like making dinner today. Let's just order something.
I did yesterday, cornflakes.
I was gonna say that day that I went on the pedal boat trip and I was really tired when I got back, like my legs and everything. I just ate like
cornflakes.
Cereal it wasn't terrible. I shredded up a coconut, but I didn't cook anything. I was just like,
yeah, I made pancakes.
Okay, wait, we got some.
All right, question. Tomatoes would like to know, did you make that blanket behind you guys? Would you sell them? Oh, no, actually, this blanket was made for me, and it's quite beautiful. It's really well done, and I have pillowcases that match. So it was a gift that was sent to me a couple years ago, and it's not even finished. So because temperature here was in question, so she wasn't really sure how to combine the pieces so it wouldn't get
like
too
how
hot.
Fluffy to make it.
Yeah, and so I actually have been using it as a wall hanging. So my bed is a Murphy's bed, and you can see it in the background there. And I put this in front of it to make it so the kids don't draw on the underside of my bed with lipstick. Which they did. Anyway, so yeah, no, this is a beautiful piece of artwork.
You know what I'm excited about? Don't say this too loud, but the kids have not drawn on me with lipstick yet. They've done my nails. They don't
have enough lipstick.
Oh, it's all worn out. No, I still have a little bit.
Yeah, they don't have enough lipstick.
But yeah, they'll be like, give me your hand. They'll do my hair too, but I don't have enough to make it worth it. So.
Let's see what else we've got. Hold on, I saw a question. Oh, any updates on rearing chickens? Misha would like to know.
Wait, I gotta say this. 1/8 of an inch, 8 times is an inch off. Okay. What was it? Chickens? Well, you have chickens.
Yep.
I do not rear the chickens.
No, you don't.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Rear chickens?
I have zero interest in rearing any chickens. I don't.
What about any other animals?
Dude, no. I'm not rearing any animals, okay? I'm not into that. I don't know if you think this is Australia.
Are you gonna rear some trees or something?
Alabama or I'm just kidding. People in Australia and Alabama, I know you don't rear your animals there. You know?
No rearing for you.
Oh, I think they may have been. Oh, that was the wrong question to ask for this particular maturity level. Mm-hmm. But I think in terms of raising chickens, you have chickens already. You have a whole bunch of them.
I do, 21.
I want to get plants going first.
Before, I think you should focus on plants. I'll focus on animals.
You got the chickens taken care of.
Trees and animals, I got it.
I want some eggs, man. Give me some eggs.
Yeah, my chickens went on strike.
Okay, anyway, I'm trying to get like all kinds of plants growing, and I've a lot of what I'm doing right now is just kind of experimental. I'm planting a whole bunch of stuff in different places and seeing what works. Right in front of my front door, there's this huge thing of beans right now, like big long bean pods. Well, yeah, that's not an exaggeration. I've got ones that big.
No.
The biggest ones, yes. But they're all like pretty long.
That's cool.
And they're the breakfast beans.
Oh, those are so good.
They're pretty good. I was hoping they were going to be red beans because then the pods would get huge.
Yeah. I really like the breakfast beans.
The breakfast beans, they grow like a really big plant and they love my soil right in front of my door, whatever is going on there. And then I also have a bunch of like sweet potatoes growing in places. And
yeah, I think you should focus on that because the animals would just
my
destroy
popcorn is looking good. My popcorn plants, I planted some popcorn. It's looking good.
Yeah.
I'll have to see how it goes. I don't know, how long does that take? It seems like it grows slowly, but it looks like it's growing well.
Yeah. Yeah,
but it grows slowly compared to the bean plants because the bean plants have been there for like 2 months and I'm already getting beans.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them were 3 months.
Yeah.
Anyway,
here that didn't work out. The rabbits got a hold of them.
Yeah, that's another thing. So I'm growing all kinds of vegetables on my island because yours get eaten. Yeah.
They don't eat the like bigger stuff like the katuk and the papaya trees and the trees, they don't bother those.
Maybe you're not rearing them enough.
I'm not rearing them enough, yeah.
What was it?
Oh, somebody wanted to know about
look, he wrote question at the beginning. That makes it so easy to spot the question.
That's why I asked him to do that. This person
am I still collecting styrofoam?
Yeah, are you still collecting styrofoam even though the dome
is done. Well, I'm not actively collecting it, but now everyone knows I'm collecting it, so I'll get emails or people will just come and be like, "Hey, you're the styrofoam guy, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take it." So I currently have like a pretty good supply of styrofoam, so I need to come up with something to do with a bunch of it soon. But I am still collecting it. Just I'm not running around looking for it at the moment.
Yeah, we're not putting a bad spot it.
But yeah, I have enough right now that I could do a pretty significant thing. So.
All right.
What was the question? Oh.
I'm gonna flip through. We already answered that. Sorry, it's so much easier when it says questions.
Yes, he said, yeah, like we caused the whole pandemic. Someone accused us of that because of our, terrible lifestyle, which is like ridiculous because like people living isolated like we are like the anti like passing around disease people.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. And it was a
okay, just move on.
Moving on.
It was so dumb.
It was so dumb. So let's see what else we've got coming down.
It was just you're not doing what everyone else is doing, so I hate you, thing.
Thank you. Oh, Elfman says thank you for being a big influence in my life.
Oh,
whenever I feel like giving up doing things on my farm, I remember back years to when you posted videos of digging a road by hand.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine if I used my hands? I'd have no fingers left.
Ralph would like to know foot bare all the time. Splinters?
Well, I kind of pay attention to where I'm walking, but I don't always go around bare feet. I have, I have some Crocs,
clogs.
some foam
clogs,
some foam clogs. Yeah, they'll just slip my feet in if I'm going to, step out in the yard or whatever.
Yeah.
But then if I'm going anywhere like out in the jungle or anything, I'll put on rubber boots. And a few years ago, well, I was getting rubber boots for a while, and they were like $80. Like my mom sent me a pair, and then I got another one, and they kept getting holes and falling apart, and I was like, what the? So I went on Amazon.
Hold on, wait, pause for just a moment. Sorry guys, I just realized our questions and comments were stopped for some reason, and we weren't seeing them, so we're really behind. Moving on.
Well, I went on Amazon, and I just bought 5 pairs of like cheap boots, like boots that had been returned and stuff. So they were really cheap, like $5, $10 boots. And I figured between all these 5, I'm going to get something good out of them. And all 5 have been so much better than the expensive boots I used to get before.
That's pretty funny. She pushed the red button. Yes, the baby pushed the red button and it turned up, and it is red.
See, yeah, the baby pushed the red button and was like, "No more internet!" Bloop.
Which was a power.
We do not have Starlink.
No, we don't have Starlink. So let's see, where are we?
But even if we did have Starlink, I think turning off the electricity would still stop the internet.
Attack of the wire pulling baby. Okay, so I'm missing something. Hold on, let me see.
You're missing a lot of.
I'm missing a lot.
Oh wait, you can see what I'm doing.
That
Dashaina made a gasp and then they were gone.
And I said a cuss word, and then unfortunately you guys didn't hear that. So
the baby was like, "No cuss words." Okay. I don't say cuss words. I say swear words.
Let's see. Oh, somebody just asked if Jason was planning on driving the rig to the coast of Panama, and they're already here is the answer. So let's see. Where are we? Super chat still works. Tomatoes, you're awesome. Is there a spaceship in the area? Oh, that's a good question. Thank you for making that super capital too. It makes it easier to see it. Is there a spaceship in the area, Jaimie?
No, I would love to get one. I'm okay. First, I need to build a sustainable lifestyle so I can get the monkeys, the man, off my back. Yeah. Then I need to get my workshop going. But I need to be growing all my own food, so I don't have to be, under the thumb of the man who's growing the food for me. Mm-hmm. And then I can get things going with my workshop and build some stuff, and eventually build a spaceship. Right?
So you do plan on building one in your lifetime?
Oh, it's in my thing.
Is it on your bucket list?
I don't do buckets. I might use buckets for concrete. I don't have time to put lists in buckets.
Well, Oh, somebody from Switzerland is on. Mexican pizza coming back this month, apparently.
Are we getting some?
I don't know. Where's our Mexican pizza, Gerald? I want to know.
3-hour boat ride to Taco Bell. You know how fast you would have to go to get to the... How close do you think?
Taco Bell?
Like hundreds of miles.
Like Panama City.
Probably Panama City.
I don't even know if there's one in David.
I don't think there's a boat that goes fast enough, like on the planet for that. Oh, it died right when we got to Everlander's question.
Oh, so wait, but we did answer it. No,
oh,
it
yeah,
was.
Okay, good.
We I think we answered
that was anything from the mainland,
right? Yeah,
it
was anything from the mainland. So apparently Niken says that we should consider doing a collaboration with the Everlanders, which are the couple who are in Boquete right now in their big rigged vehicle.
Yeah, the problem is
they
where they can drive to and where we are is like not close.
They might still come out and visit us.
Cool.
So we were talking about that this morning. Okay, question. Ananratron wants to know, how easy is shopping? I live abroad too, and I avoid food recipes because there's so many ingredients I just won't find here. Yeah, I have a problem too. I have to make up stuff.
I don't use a recipe ever, so yeah, go ahead.
I mean, like I just substitute. So if, for instance, it says something like spinach, I just substitute it.
No, spinach is just leaves.
Yeah.
So you just put leaves in.
Yeah, I just put leaves in, the leaves that we grow. Or if it says potatoes, for example, I just substitute for the starch that we have. Yeah. It's like potato.
It's funny because like if I'm at someone's house, which doesn't happen anymore, and they're like, oh, I need Monterey Jack. And I'm like, what, there's cheese right here. And they're like, no, I need Monterey Jack. And I was like, what? Cheese is cheese, man.
Mozzarella.
No, mozzarella is just kind of like rubber. It's like tasteless rubber. Still, I'll take it. If I have mozzarella and I want to make something with cheese, I don't care what the cheese is. I just use cheese.
Somebody would like to know, do you have, Nature Validate says, do you have already, or are you aware of pigeon peas? Protein for your nitrogen, for your soil, for you, and nitrogen for the soil. I think it's a tropical plant. Yeah,
Did I ever tell you the story about the pigeon peas?
I feel like we've talked about this because remember the can, the 10-year-old can of pigeon peas.
No, okay, you're talking about at my house in Vermont.
Yeah.
I had a can of pigeon peas that was super old.
It was like 10 years old.
Okay.
Well, maybe not 10.
So in Vermont, I used to go shopping at the dented can stores, which is just like, things that weren't getting sold at the grocery store, like dented cans or things that were about to be expired, end up at the dented can store and they sell it for like 10% of its normal price-ish.
Sometimes even, less.
Yeah, one time I go into this dented can store and there's this huge box, like a big box full of pigeon peas. And it was like, they're just like, please take this away. And I was like, well, how much is it? And like
10 cents?
$1. Like, all right, here's $1. I mean, they just wanted it gone. So I had a giant box of pigeon peas. I think I got through like half of the cans of pigeon peas. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, man, these are not good. I can't. It took me like years to get through them all. And then there was one can left in the dome that was there forever. But
thank you, Stephen Oliver, for our thanks for being you pair sticker.
But this person is saying we should grow pigeon peas. They grow in a tropical environment and they're super healthy and delicious for us.
And I feel like
put it on the list.
I guess we'll have to put it on the list.
Pigeon peas.
All right, let's see. You should make a taco boat that serves your own taco.
Oh, I just make my own tacos. I cooked with a Mexican and a Dominican for years, so I got really good at making that kind of food.
So Cam Levren would like to know if you have any other concrete mix plans, like foamcrete, for example.
Not planned at the moment. I am aware of the foamcrete thing. I guess the styrocrete has been going so well, and there are a bunch of advantages to it, which is it insulates really well. It uses up a whole bunch of garbage, and I can get it for free. And I say for free. It's kind of a pain in the butt.
I mean, it's free in terms of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. And I've instated a new rule for my styrofoam collecting, which is I will not take styrofoam that's in a bag. So people always give me garbage bags full of styrofoam.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, well, there's
there's
some
not
styrofoam in there and some garbage.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
It
Because I'm like, what am I going to do with your garbage? I have no... Ugh.
Or sometimes they give you not styrofoam that
Oh,
looks
yeah,
like styrofoam, but it's not styrofoam.
like some other kind of foam. Anyway,
Yeah.
now I'll take like, or it's like totally filthy and like ants all over it. Like I will take clean styrofoam that's not in a bag.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just hit my microphone.
That's okay.
Hello from Canada.
Cam Loren, did I ask you? Oh, also would like to know what's the fiberglass endgame project?
I don't think there's so much an
Hydrofoils,
end game, but
seaplane.
I think most likely on that list is seaplane.
Yeah, seaplane.
I want to build like, I mean, this is not a high priority thing, obviously, but at some point when I get to the point where all the things I need to do are done, then I can do some more fun things. You know, another giant robot, which is like super duper, and an airplane, and I don't need to fly high in the air. I'm thinking I want to make, what's that called? A ground effect airplane, like that just flies low, just kind of skims across the water. Like I just want it to be able to go fast. I don't need to fly up in the air or anything.
Yeah, Tomatoes is right. We finally have caught up with our chat live now.
Have we?
I think so. Let me just double check.
Mr. Landfill is frozen, or maybe we're frozen.
And we're back.
Okay, good.
Okay, so it seems like, oh no, all of my, oh, here we go. Oh, Vasco Zuzuz would like to know, do you plan to grow black sapote? I hear it tastes like chocolate pudding.
Well, put that on. What's black sapote?
It's like the titty fruit, but the black.
Tete de cholo.
Yeah.
This is it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is exactly what I just said.
Yeah, and the official name is sapote.
Yeah.
We planted some of those, not the black ones, unless they are black ones.
Yeah.
But no, they were like bright orange on the inside.
Orange. I don't think the color is I don't think it's the color of the fruit. I think it might be the outer.
Yeah. Well, it didn't taste like chocolate either way.
No, it tasted kind of like a mild
But regardless,
mango.
none of them grew.
No, they didn't at all. It was very sad.
Yeah, but.
Do you fish? Do you live fish? Fish and eat fish?
I do fish sometimes. Right now, most of our fishing is done by a fishing trap that's just like thrown in the water. Yeah. And then we pull it out and it's like lazy fishermen.
Yeah, lazy fishermen. We had some good fish from that the other night, though.
For a while, I was dragging a line whenever I drove anywhere in my boat, but I've just been doing other stuff. I do not drink alcohol.
Yeah, I was going to say, Varma would like to know if you drink alcohol. Why not? It's so...
I don't know. I just never heard anyone say, boy, I'm so glad I drank all that alcohol. It's really done a lot for my life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, we're glad we're back to you, Tomatoes. Thank you so much.
When all my friends started drinking, like I had so many friends. When all my friends, like in high school, started drinking and stuff, I was just too busy doing sports stuff. And building like a little robot thing.
Well, it also doesn't taste good to you.
Does alcohol taste good to anyone?
Well, not
when you start
things, right? But that's just me, and mostly it's wine related.
I would be interested in brewing some high-calorie beer that has nutrition in it.
I did make that peach stuff once that you actually said you liked.
Oh.
It was a long
Didn't
time
you make
ago.
Some mead or something?
Yeah, it was mead.
Yeah,
it was the peach mead.
And you were like, "This has lots of calories," and I was like, "Oh, I'll take it." And I got drunk on the stuff.
No, you didn't.
Didn't have that much alcohol.
You don't get drunk. Cam would like to know, I know there's a lag in video released. Any progress on the cathedral's second, third floors? We've actually caught up on. Yeah.
No current progress on the second or third floors. I think I'm going to build a lumber mill. So there are a few things I need to make that work.
Hey, Joe, thanks for joining us.
I need to get more solar panels up, which is kind of in the works.
Hi, you're not allowed to turn the internet off this time.
Yeah, there's our internet deactivator.
She pushed the red button. Look, there's the baby.
But yeah, I do. I think about building the second and third floors a lot.
That's a cute baby.
But I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
That's one of those things where it seems like it's never gonna happen, and then suddenly it'll happen, and it'll be amazing.
Will you tilt that up just a little bit?
You mean get your boobies out of the
boobs out of the picture. Let's see what we've got. All right, question. Oh, Nature Validates wants to know, does intelligent life exist outside of planet Earth? Is there life out there in the universe? Have we been visited, or will we see finding anything in your lifetime? Your thoughts, go.
Well, I have to presume, based on the number of planets, that we're not the only thing, like thinking. And I think there's probably a good chance there's some kind of life out there looking at us going, oh, all right, let's just not talk to them. Let's see if they get past this phase. They're a mess right now,
Yeah.
Or maybe they just don't care.
Maybe they don't.
That would be, I think a really weird thing would be if no other intelligent life has seen us, just based on, the statistics of how many planets there are and how much time has already gone by. That would be statistically very weird.
Do you think that statistically speaking, somebody could have contacted us by now?
Oh, totally, yeah. Okay, here's a possibility. That kind of.
Would we be able to hear them?
No, here's a possibility that kind of explains a lot of stupid things going on in the world right now. So there's a lot of propaganda in our world, right? Like you watch TV and commercials and just everything, all the catchphrases people say all the time. Like a lot of this stuff is really negative. It's like, he who dies with the most toys wins. Like what a dumb thing. Like it'll produce like the worst behavior, right? And then just, like the way we're treating the planet, like just voluntarily, we're destroying our own environment. Or are we being convinced to terraform it for some aliens who are kind of pulling the strings the whole time? Hey, let's put out some messages in those TV shows and put out some TV commercials. Maybe we can slip in some little laws here and there. Just give these humans little nudges to, increase the carbon dioxide or the this or that in the atmosphere, and we can get them to terraform it for us. Heck, there's 8 billion of them. If they each do a little bit of their part, 50 years from now, they'll all be dead and we can move right in. Hey, that could be happening right now.
Or it could not be happening.
I hope that's not happening. But the thing is, like, if that's not happening, oh man, humans, we are living so far below our potential level. We are doing so bad.
What do you think of?
Maybe the aliens are doing that, and at some point we're gonna catch on. Then we can. Oh, we'd be so screwed if some aliens.
That would be weird.
All the movies where the aliens come and attack us and we manage to defend ourselves. That's so not realistic. Like that would be like.
Like an ant stabbing you in the
it would be like
and it doing
okay, this is what it would be like. This is gonna sound terrible. There's an island, I can't remember where it is, off the coast of Madagascar or something. No, near Greece. Anyway, doesn't matter. Somewhere someone's gonna put this in the comments. Somewhere there's an island with like,
let me catch up on like
for lack of a better word, a primitive tribe. They don't have any of the modern stuff. And I can't remember what the island's called. But anyway, if any modern people show up on this island, they just get attacked right away. And it's just people on this island with spears and, stuff. Say we wanted to go kill all the people on that island with our technology. We could do it like that, right? That's what it would be like if aliens came here and wanted to kill us.
No.
They'd just be like, oh, well, we'll just use the Zubaflobber and liquefy all the organic matter. And we would just wouldn't even know what happened.
Can we go on to other questions now?
Okay,
so Eric Bowerfield would like to know, if you were to start from scratch with everything you've learned, what would you change? And do you think it's possible to streamline the kind of homesteading you're working towards with a big group?
Well, that is 2 totally different questions.
Which one do you want to go for?
All right. If I could... Well, the hard thing about, like, if I could start again, knowing everything I know now question is, then I'm going to learn, like, I'm always learning something new. Then it's like, oh, wait, I could take that back to the beginning. So, yeah, if I could go back and start again with the homesteading thing. Yeah, there are tons of things I would do differently. Except then I realized like I could skip a lot of experimental things I've done to figure out what I should be doing. But then I would just do other experimental things. So I think if I got to start again with all the knowledge I have, I would be ahead in a lot of ways, but it would still be the same basic thing. Like my stuff would be cooler, my plants would be ahead of where they are now, but I'd still be just learning things constantly as I'm going, experimenting and trying new things. All right, working with a big group, that's a whole different topic. Working with a big group is really difficult when you're doing something outside of any kind of mainstream thinking. So the way I think and the way I do things, I've come to learn and I've come to accept through my life that I am different. And not than everybody, there are other weirdos out there too, but like, I think and do things differently than the standard person I'm going to meet. So working with other people is very difficult. As opposed to, say I was, this is one of the advantages of being in a religion, for example. Say you're Christian and you want to meet people who are going to think and do things like you. You just go meet some other Christians because you've got a big list of stuff that you're all going to do that's the same. But when you're like a really independent thinker and you do things yourself like me, it's really hard to find people you can mesh with. And when I do find people I can mesh with, this is amazing. It's just really hard to do. So finding a big group like that, it's a slow process. Like even getting a bigger community here of cool people. What do we get? Like maybe a person per year. Hopefully that'll accelerate as we get more people. So there are a few cool people around here, but getting a big group, man, that is really hard.
Yeah, we're running. I think we're going to have to end in about 5 minutes or so.
Oh, I can do more than 5 minutes. What do we got? What else?
Okay, so let's see.
Did I just zoom it? So we both touched it.
Oh, no, you totally did. Don't do that. Okay.
Yes, whoever is building the Nautilus, building a submarine, come visit and we can.
Yes, Alexander, I don't drink. Send a message to us.
Dude, just whenever he gets it done. Oh, sorry. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, Alexander, if you'd like to send us an email, theadventurebuildermovie@gmail.com, I can help sort that out for you, help you with those details.
Although I don't drink coffee, but I do drink smoothies. Oh, I haven't had a smoothie in years.
Okay, here we go. And we're back caught up. Oh, thanks, Tomatoes. You're awesome. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Sorry, guys, we're catching up.
Thank you for bringing so much joy. You're welcome. Oh, I'm so glad I brought someone joy.
Just Oli says, Dashaina and Jaimie, thank you for bringing so much joy from your channel to myself and my 8-year-old granddaughter, Evelyn. Could you give her a shout out?
Oh, I think you just did.
This kindness. Evelyn, I might not be pronouncing it right.
This guy doesn't believe me. He said Jaimie is different? No way. I don't believe that at all.
Tomatoes also gives a shout out to Evelyn. So where are you?
Yes, I do get sarcasm.
When are you?
I got.
No, wait. When you are an adventure builder, we go to the cathedral. Okay, Anonymous Charm wants to know, do you know your personality type? Main characteristics is being different and proud of it. What's yours? I'm an INTP, for example.
I think I might be that same one. I looked it up at some point.
So let's see. Jaimie, have you heard of the lizard skin technique of waterproofing your dome? It sounds like a very Jaimie way to do it. Have you heard of lizard skin? Oh, you might have to look that up. Zombie wood turner. And thank you for the suggestion.
Remember that. Look up lizard skin.
So,
wouldn't it be funny if he just made that up and it was actually nothing and I'm looking it up and there's nothing there? No, that wouldn't be funny. It'd be terrible.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're caught up on those. We are. Okay, sorry, guys. Okay, here we go.
Check out the Earthship folks in Hesperia.
Okay, it's a real thing.
The thing is,
look at that.
Often people think I'm going to mesh really well with certain groups, and then I'll go and they're full of Kool-Aid, and I am not drinking.
I think he means for the lizard skin thing. If we wanted to learn more about that, we should check that.
Sperry, California.
Yeah, so we'll have to look at that because they're apparently doing that.
Okay, let's look it up.
Burnt wood, right? I don't know. So,
well, burnt wood is useful because it resists rot.
Right.
I don't know what that's referring to.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I'm saying I don't know what that's referring to. All right, guys. So I think we're gonna close today.
Well, I'm still gonna do a few more minutes.
Oh, you're gonna.
You can take that little disaster baby.
Oh.
Wait, she's being cool right now.
Yeah, she's being cool right now. I don't know. Do you want me to go back and look at anything? Oh, Murph is here. Look at there's Murph.
It is Murph.
I'm looking to start an off-grid property in North Arizona. Would you be interested in a Venture Builder branch in Arizona?
I don't even know what that means.
They're all over the place. I say do it, dude. That's awesome. Question. Oh, Jason would like to know, you started mentioning the problems with getting your sawmill going. Not enough solar. What is the biggest holdup? Can you expand on the next steps needed?
I didn't think there were any problems with getting it going. I just have to build it.
Not matches. No, don't eat matches.
Yeah. I have some of the parts. I got to look through my stuff and figure out what I can make it with. Yeah, I guess no problem. It's just hasn't reached the top of the priority list yet. But it's getting close because that I want to do pretty soon. But right now I want to.
Oh look, I'm taller now.
I have all these.
You look so little.
I have all these fiberglass parts leaning against the outside of my house, which is totally in the way of the racetrack around my house.
Like are you gonna paint stripes?
Like the kids were trying to scooter around the house and all of these things. So I want to make like a little house on top of the hill behind my house.
Like a storage shed?
No, cooler than that. like a gazebo.
A gazebo, okay.
Like a fiberglass gazebo with some solar panels on it. And I was going to use solar panels for the roof, and then that would power this lumber mill I'm going to build. So that would take out 2 stones with 1 bird. Or what do you throw the birds at the rocks?
All the fiberglass molds you have.
Which fiberglass molds? Oh, the dome molds?
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to take some off your island?
Are you going to?
Yeah, dude, those are amazing. I'm going to use those for cool stuff.
When?
Oh, gosh. Here's the thing. Everything I do takes time.
Why not
and there's
now?
only one of me.
What are you doing right now that's so important? Okay.
So wait, what do I need to... Yeah, I guess I just said some stuff about what I need to get the lumber mill going.
So Misha would like to know any updates on chickens. Are you rearing any? We didn't really answer that question.
Dude, no, we did. I'm so not rear-ending any chickens.
No.
Like that is, you shouldn't do that.
I think ultimately I'm going to do the things with animals. Jamie's going to do the things with plants, and we're just going to do our thing, and it's going to be great. All right.
But I'm not growing animals yet.
Don't forget about the coffee cups. Tomato says, I know you don't drink coffee now. Actually, I had a cup of coffee this morning.
I will drink stuff out of coffee cups. Wait, there was another...
And I need a coffee cup. Okay, how's the solar go-kart going? Cam Loren would like to know.
Would folks be able to help me help donate items for the sawmill?
Yeah, totally.
I will keep that in mind. So I'm gonna, when I start doing the lumber mill, I'll just make the first video, the planning and everything, and I'll say something about that. I won't just start building it.
Oh, somebody did actually recently ask where the link was for the 3D printable robot toy kit thing.
I don't, yeah.
And I said I was waiting for that from you.
How's the solar go-kart going? Oh, yeah, I need to get that together.
Okay.
I haven't worked on it in a while, just because other stuff. But this guy asked the question, what advice do you have for your 24-year-old self?
21.
What did I say, 21?
You said 24.
Well, you're talking while I'm talking.
You said 24.
Okay, has anyone been keeping track of how many interruptions there's been? How many times I've interrupted and how many times she's interrupted? Mm-hmm. Anyway, never mind. Don't keep track of that. Okay, advice for my 21-year-old self would have been, do not go to university. Total waste of time. The problem is I kind of had to go to really find out how much of a waste of time it was, I guess. Because everyone around me was telling me, oh, that's the thing to do. You got to do that or else you don't get a good life. No. You get a good life by figuring out what you want in life and going toward that and getting rid of all the prestige nonsense and doing what you're supposed to do. Get rid of all that. Just figure out the direction you want to go and start going that way. And forget what everyone else tries to tell you that doesn't make sense. Like if something doesn't make sense to you, don't do it.
No, you can't kick that.
And going to university made no sense to me when I did it. I was just like taking it on faith that this is what I should do.
Or the next question is
doing anything for Cinco de Mayo? No. May 3rd is my birthday.
Oh yeah, May 3rd.
What's that, Tuesday?
I don't know.
I'm gonna be 47. Oh, so could somebody? I was wondering if somebody could maybe email me a walker so I can get around the jungle better. If it can float, even better, because it might fall. Oh, someone is actually going to send me a walker. Don't send me a walker.
You should. He means it.
No, just send me a coffin.
Oh, send him the tennis balls.
Instead of a walker. No.
Tennis balls.
Oh, I love tennis balls.
Exactly. This person would like to know, Nature Validate said, speaking of interesting groups of folks that you may or may not get along with, have you heard of open source
this is nothing.
ecology? Okay. No, moving on. What if you don't want anything anymore?
Oh, well then you're good. You're golden, man. Just keep cruising.
How about
if you got your life straightened out where you're good, yeah, man, cruise it, enjoy it.
What about adult diapers?
If I need adult diapers, just send me a coffin.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Just send me the coffin.
How will you celebrate your birthday?
Happy birthday. He sent me some money.
Tomatoes.
I'm going to use
go buy chocolate.
$50 to
buy cookies.
Probably buy everyone else stuff that I need to. No, I don't know.
You should go buy yourself some coconut.
PVC electric walker.
Do you have any plans for a robotic mobility vehicle when you're 97?
I have plans for a robotic mobility vehicle when I'm 97, but not because I need it. I gotta stay in shape, man. Gotta stay super strong.
Buy Taco Bell.
I've actually started recently wearing a weight vest more and getting stronger again. Not that I was weak, but
Don't come back. Okay, let's make sure this is not.
Buy Taco Bell.
Buy Taco Bell. I'm just gonna reset it.
Wait, someone said thanks for the time you put into bringing great content for your viewers. Oh, thanks, Mr. Landfill.
One of your members.
That's so nice.
Can you come back?
I do my best.
Do you want to go over there with that?
Pick your nose.
Okay. All right. So, what do you say next week, same time?
Yeah, dude. Well, I feel like I should go to an hour and a half, so I've got 12 more minutes. If you need to escape, you can escape. In some Arab countries, they have these towers for birds to live in. The birds poop in the tower, so you have manure. You shoot the birds for food. Huh.
Come here.
That might work in Panama, but well, there are all these trees, though. There's already birds up in the trees, and they poop around places.
Yeah, they poop all over my yard.
Do they?
The ducks.
And you could shoot them and eat them.
Let's see what else we've got. Any other questions? Oh, you know what? Actually, I was reading this interesting article since we were talking about food sustainability, etc.
Yeah.
Somebody,
etc.
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 It's etc.
Okay,
I said
Florida.
Etc. Anyway, totally forgot what I was just gonna say.
Food sustainability.
All right. So somebody was asking if you felt like our properties had enough space to be
sustainable. Definitely. Yeah, especially in this climate. And I would say that not even counting our big property over there, because I have 24 acres, but not even counting that, like just on my island and your island, I'm pretty sure we could grow enough food.
No.
Yeah. Mostly because of tropical climate, all year growing season.
Yeah.
But having a bunch of land over there that we can farm, which I was doing for a while before the cows ate it. Yeah, I should just eat that guy's cows. That would take care of the problem.
Oh, okay. So let me ask you mention the other thing that I was thinking. It was something we were talking about earlier, and that was how they've discovered that nutritional value of plants has decreased over the past 50 to 70 years based on the CO2 levels rising in the atmosphere in C3 plants. And I wanted to know if you had an opinion about that.
And C3 plants are a type of plant.
Yeah, they're the type of plant that
needs
most of our food comes.
That needs oxygen, not all that carbon dioxide.
Yeah. But apparently C4 plants, they process it in a different way.
And they're
so
okay.
They're more inclined to be in a higher CO2 and drought and heat like areas.
Come
back.
Come
over here.
And that's a lot of tropical plants.
Yeah,
so that's good for us.
Tropical plants.
Well.
Yeah. So I was just wondering if you had any plan for that.
I wonder if they in that study they did take into account like factory farming, like doing terrible things to the way they grow food.
And actually that they did mention breeding and pesticides and stuff like that, and actually CO2 really had a huge impact on these plants besides all that stuff. So, which was interesting.
Yeah.
And they even took samples they had of these plants from back in the 1950s that they had kept, like the seeds of them, and then they put those in environments that they felt were going to be similar to what they're predicting, like 2050, to see what the decline would be.
Yeah.
And it was significant.
And luckily we're surrounded by lots of mangroves, which make lots of oxygen for us.
Mangrove forests are huge oxygen creators in comparison to even regular forests. They create like a larger percentage, from what I've read at least.
Cool. So we shouldn't get the carbon dioxide food problem too bad. I don't know.
Thank you, Murph.
Hey, it's Murph. What was his question? Oh yeah, it was about starting a place in.
Cam would like to know why you never mentioned the toy company that sold your robot design. I got one for my son and he loves it. More so since he removed the dart drum, he loves it. Well, we don't mention it because they kind of screwed us over.
Yeah, there was a situation. This is crooked.
It's rotate that part, not that part.
Oh, I'm just gonna leave it. We're good.
Yeah, but we're not.
Okay, so I worked with a toy company to make this robot toy called Attacknids. Get your butt out of my face.
Sit down or go out of it. Are you trying to figure out how to go out?
And
come this way. Come this way. Go out.
And the toys sold really well for like a year and a half, something like that. And that was in like England and Australia and some of Europe and stuff. And then just when they were coming out in North America, I guess Nerf didn't like it, and they decided, no, Nerf wants to take those. So they made a deal with the toy company that Nerf would take over the robot toys, and they would do an amazing job and sell them, and then we'd get so much money and all this. I made almost nothing off the Nerf stuff. Did I make anything? I think
no.
I made nothing.
Not that I know.
Zero, nothing. And I mean, I could go on, but that basically sums it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my suspicion is that they just didn't want to have the competition because it was another thing that shot foam darts. And it was easiest to just get the license and then do a terrible job and not really sell it, not promote it or anything, and then not really have to pay any royalties because of that. And yeah, I got nothing off that.
Yeah, because they're jerks.
So.
Question.
But I don't actually know anything, specifically about it. Well, actually, there are some things that I know that I probably shouldn't talk about because I don't want to get like sued.
Yeah, I think we're gonna.
So I'm just gonna not bother.
So Paul Martins would like to know, I would like to buy a coffee cup or bowl made by Aurora from clay found locally. Is this possible?
I can mention it to her. Like,
but like I can't promise.
Do our children watch my YouTube channel?
Sometimes I show them some videos. Yeah.
What percentage of my video? You haven't even watched the movie.
The what?
My movie?
What movie?
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
What movie?
So what have you watched? Like 2% of my videos in general? 1%? Like nothing. You watch basically nothing of my stuff.
I mean, how many of my videos have you watched?
You didn't even watch my movie. I did all this work.
No, that's not true. I watched the first 17 minutes and the last 15 minutes, actually.
That's really great. Thanks.
So what do they think of the videos? They actually really like them. The ones I've showed them.
Oh, good.
They think they're cool. They're always like, Jaimie. Well, this one is always like
the 1-year-old, not the 11-year-old.
And Carcannon really likes them too.
Yeah.
So
I did for a movie night. I put my movie on and the kids watched that and they liked it.
Yeah.
And
it's a good movie. I mean, I liked what I saw.
It's It's a good movie. You liked it, the parts you saw.
Yeah, the parts I saw.
So she watched a quarter of my movie and liked it. So that was good.
Good. That was well done.
But yeah, my kids don't make
sure the internet doesn't get turned off.
They don't make a point of watching them, but they. What's this? People with people skills. I can't be talking to us.
No.
Taking all the money.
Question C above. Okay. Hi, Joseph Blowmeister. Solar electric fence. No. Oh, people with people skills taking all the money and exploiting nerdy people. No.
Yeah, that does make me angry.
Yeah.
I mean, just that happening in general is terrible.
No, we're gonna come away from that.
Wait, where?
Joseph, will you put the question down because we might have missed something? Question: what's your immediately next big project?
Oh, I'm spackling the outside of my house, and I am doing a video of it.
Okay, what is it?
I started a few weeks ago, and I got like all the hard parts done, like all the outside of the house, like toward the top done, all spackled. And then I started doing the middle row, and then I was going to do the bottom. It's going to be a piece of cake because I don't even have to get up high or anything. But I don't know, about a week ago, I just life got in the way, and it's been kind of on a standstill. So this week, I'm just focusing on spackling the rest of the house because, you know, this is my house, the cathedral, because it's all made out of all these styrocrete panels on the outside. So it's just the styrocrete on the outside. So things could pick at it and, you know, make holes and stuff. So I'm spackling that. Did I add any waterproofing things to my concrete? Nothing at the moment. However, I might do something to the final layer of the roof, but that is the next big project, is the roof. And I've ordered some stuff for that. And when it gets here, the roof is going to be a big project. That's like, and what I'm hoping to do to the roof is to waterproof it for like long term, like really long term.
Okay, so Cam Loren would like to know, is asking me a question. Since I took control of Jaimie's Patreon, why the delay from YouTube video release to Patreon release? Isn't usually the opposite. Patreon before public. Well, I'm glad you asked that. And my response is because YouTube videos I can automatically schedule to go up at a certain time. So like I'm sorry, I just ran up the stairs, so I'm a little out of breath. Hold on a minute.
Are you trying to say that the Patreon ones you can't schedule?
I'm telling you that the Patreon
you do it when it's convenient.
I can't schedule them unless the video has already gone live on YouTube. And I have to go in and physically post each thing on Patreon. Now, Patreon has a pre-schedule it sort of thing, but unless it is live on YouTube, it doesn't actually work correctly. I tried it a couple times and it pops up with like video unable to process or something, even though I put the link in at the same time. So I'll try it again and see what happens. Maybe
I think the short answer to this question is you put a bunch on YouTube and you schedule them so that people know when they're coming.
Right.
And if you're not sitting there when it goes live,
which is at like
midnight, you can't instantly make it go on Patreon. Right. So it's just whenever you get the next chance.
Right.
So that would explain the delay. That totally explains it.
Yeah. I'm sorry if that's like super inconvenient for people.
Best.
I'm trying the best I can. I have 4 kids and one of them is nursing at nighttime still.
When I was doing it before, I wasn't scheduling. I was just putting everything up at the same time.
Yeah.
And the problem with the way I was doing it, I like the way you're doing it. The problem with the way I was doing it is that sometimes I won't have anything for a couple weeks, and then I'll have like 6 videos all in one day, and I would just kind of barf them all out there at once. And then, you know, people don't want to sit there and watch 6 videos at once. They're just like, hey man, could you like release these like one every couple days so I can.
I actually want to respond to this next follow-up that's continuing.
So Dashaina has taken over, and I guess the one downside is that it doesn't come up at Patreon at exactly the same time.
So Vasco Zuzuz would like to know, can you private the video on YouTube and provide the link to Patreon? So guys, here's the problem, is that I schedule the YouTube videos, so they just automatically go up. Like I schedule 15 videos at the same time, and then they go up on whatever days they go up. I can't schedule the 15 videos on Patreon, like unless the link is live, like it's already published. It does not allow for whatever reason. Now, maybe Patreon has updated something in their system where like
live and public. And
I don't mean live, like we are live right now. I mean, like it's publicly listed, or it's either public or it's unlisted. And the way that YouTube works is that I can't unlist a video and then schedule it to release. It just has to be scheduled to release.
I think the answer is no.
Like, yeah, it just doesn't happen. And trust me, I have looked, and I'm really apologize for it being
dude,
like
you don't have to apologize. The way you're doing it is better than what I was doing. So there's a downside, but I think definitely overall, it's better that you're scheduling them and you're doing all that stuff. I think that's great.
Yeah. So Joseph would like to know.
Mark says it's all good. All good.
So Joseph would like to know how big is the farm property and how much did it cost?
So the farm is, I think it's like.
It's 9.5 hectares.
9.5 hectares. So 24 something, 24, 25 acres. And it cost $40,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tomaters. Thanks for the pear sticker.
And yeah, when I bought land here, I think I ended up spending just slightly more than what I got for my land in Vermont when I sold that. So I basically sold my place in Vermont with the dome on it, then bought actually pretty close to the same amount of land here for the same rough price, but there were no buildings on it or anything. But I'd take this over there because, tropical, you can grow food all the time. And I love the ocean. Oh, I love being on the ocean. Like being able to travel without dealing with being on a road and traffic and street signs and cops.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. I mean, not that I ever had major problems with cops or anything, but.
No major problems.
No, I never had it. I've never been in jail.
I was just going to say that, Jason, thanks for mentioning that. It's funny because I was about to just say, you know what, guys, there is a membership built into YouTube that if you want to see the videos like immediately as soon as they publish, you could just switch memberships over to the YouTube membership platform, which we did make kind of as available as the Patreon one, and then you'll get it automatically. But I have been trying really hard to post the link as soon as I wake up.
Don't worry. You're doing good.
No, but I just want to mention this because it does feel a little stressful to me when people have asked this several times and I don't think take into consideration that I'm raising 4 children and trying to manage 2 different social media platforms, people and all the platforms that go with that. So I appreciate everybody's patience and understanding of that.
Well, if you're making it go live at midnight, you're not going to sit there at midnight and do the thing. No. You'll do it when you wake up the next morning.
And I even tried doing making it go live at 9, but then I forgot because I was in the middle of nursing the baby. So
you're doing good. Yeah. It's good. It's fine.
Anyway, okay. So electric jet ski. We talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Well, yeah. Little fast electric thing that would just run on a battery. This is when was it yesterday? Yeah. Yesterday when I had the big pot of chili and I was like, Dashaina, it'd be great if you came and got some chili. And she's like, and I was like, I guess I could bring you some, but then if I had just some little super fast electric thing, I could just get in, zoom over, give you some chili, then zoom back. Then I might have done it. And that's what we were talking about.
I was even thinking if we had something where we could meet halfway sometimes, I could do it, but it's the wind kills it around that corner.
Yeah.
Coming back for me.
I could catapult you things and have a little
giant
have things where the little parachute comes out, but then if the wind's not going the right way, you're just going to come right back to me, or who knows.
Another question from Cam Loren. Plans for an island for each kid as they age, etc. 16-year-olds and gets a car, Jaimie gets them an island. Well, kind of that was the plan.
I currently have enough islands for every kid. Yep. Little islands.
Yeah.
Not big islands.
No, they're
just little
quarter
ones.
Acre. Roughly.
Yeah, but yeah.
I think we do have enough for each of them because we
do
5.
If you count the second one on my island is actually 2 islands. There's
we only
a bigger
have 4
one.
extra ones right now.
Are you counting the little island?
Yeah.
Mine?
Yeah, because we have 6 total, and we live on 2 of them. And there's the 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, we've got 4
we don't live on.
How many kids do we have?
We have 4. Oh, right, 4 children. I was.
Oh.
God. Yeah, we do. I forgot about your extra one. Never mind. Yes.
Yeah, we've got an extra kid chained up in the basement that I wasn't counting that Dashaina was talking about.
I was thinking of, never mind. I was thinking living on her island at the moment. Like we have that person.
Well, yeah, but that's our island still. There's someone living on one of our islands.
Right. It is our island.
She's not going to be there when this one grows up.
No, probably not.
Anyway. What do we miss?
Right.
I like it when you do the thing.
I know, I've been doing it. Sorry.
That's great. No, I'm just saying, I like that.
Thank you. Dylan Young would like to know, do you think the kids will want to move to the city as adults?
I doubt it.
I don't know.
The few times we've gone to cities, within hours of being there, they just want to come home. They're it's noisy, it's smelly, it's too crowded. I mean, I want to go home and breathe some fresh air and have space around me and not be stuck on these little concrete everything, walkways and roads and stuff.
But if they wanted to go,
if they want to go, they can go.
I mean, it's up to them.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But I think the question was, do I think they will?
I don't think they will. Based on how they like being here, like how they've expressed liking being here.
And this question might have been harder to answer before all the lockdowns and the pandemics and all that stuff. But at this point,
yeah.
I mean, none of us want anything to do with being in a city. It's just, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a way to.
Funny. I'm not pregnant, and that's pretty funny though. Oh man,
if you were pregnant right now, I would be like,
weird. What the?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Jason would like to know, I thought you had some refrigeration on the boat. Is that something you are working towards with solar improvements, or are you trying to avoid refrigeration?
Well, we did have refrigerators on.
We had refrigeration here.
Yeah, for a while, and then
I just didn't want to
at some point something broke, and we were like, you know what? It's easier to just not have it.
Yeah.
I do have the parts to make a 24-volt refrigerator. And I've actually made the box, the super insulated box for it. Yeah, well, I have the parts, so I got to do it at some point.
I do it.
But I want to put another solar panel on the roof because refrigeration takes
Tomators would like to know if we have enough room for him to stay for a month or two. It depends on when you come and how far in advance we know about it.
Tomators, I think, can come stay for a month or two.
No, I'm saying we could totally have a thing that he could stay in by then if we knew. In advance.
Well, my gazebo, it's going to have, I mean, it's not just going to be a gazebo. It's going to have windows that you can close.
Yeah.
So it'll be like a little.
He could have his own place.
Yeah. My gazebo is not going to be big. It's going to be I did the measurements this morning. It was it's 9 feet by 10 feet. So 3 meters by almost 3 meters.
Yeah.
Which isn't a big room or anything, but totally comfortable little spot to stay.
But Tomators, send us an email so we can chat about it because that'd be super fun. Question, do you have a living trust for the future?
What is a living trust?
I think it's when you put
This is a money thing.
I don't know if it's a money thing specifically though. Maybe it's a land thing too. I'm not sure. You'd have to define that for us, Joseph.
I want to make sure my kids, before I die, I want to make sure my kids all have a house with food growing where they can, they have a safe place to live, self-sufficiently.
Oh, yay. Tomato says 6 months. Okay. You better be what's impeccable with your word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is funny. I'm talking about the concrete jungle in the city, except I keep making things with concrete. Except my concrete is not next to other concrete. My concrete stops and then there's nature.
Yeah.
And then there's some concrete here and there.
Concrete.
Some of the nature is in the concrete. What?
Yeah, some of the nature comes into
the concrete. Yeah, it goes through the concrete.
All right. So, question. Labby Top says, have you considered making the solar panels adjust/move so they are optimally face the sun during the day?
Only on my boats.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters that much on the house.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could get more energy, but yeah, it's not worth the extra complication and all that stuff. If anything, when I figured it out a while ago, it was less trouble to just put up an extra solar panel than it is to make them move.
I watched a video about that.
Particularly considering, storms and wind and stuff like that. It's really nice to just have them hard connected and then you don't have to worry about them getting ripped off or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Plus, I don't think
our on my boat
use is I don't think we use enough electricity to.
Well, yeah, we just plan our electrical usage kind of around where the sun is.
Yeah.
But on my boats, on my little white boat, the zombie chopper, I'm doing a video of this. Don't worry. I just took the solar panels off, and I'm going to change the little roof, and I'm going to make it tiltable. And I kind of want to make some big gear things that make it not. I mean, it'll be like a hand crank thing, but I'll have to see if I can get something together that's good for that. Either way, they are going to be tiltable because it really makes a big difference when you're driving in a boat on like an all-day trip. If you can get the sun like first thing in the morning and then all the way to the end of the day, oh, it's so much better. Yeah.
Did you have a boat that did that once before, like where you tried to do something like that once before? I feel like
with
one of the boats.
Yeah. Well, I had. Well,
it might not have been gears, but I just remembered something that was movable on one of them.
Yeah, that was with the glass solar panels, which weigh like the whole solar panel rack was like 400 pounds,
Yeah,
which was the problem. So I ended up just not doing it. But right now I have lightweight solar panels on 2 of my boats, and one of my boats I open and close them and can tilt them and stuff. I just do it by hand. But that's the cargo boat, and my mid-sized cargo boat, the solar snailer, so I can walk around and do it easily. But in my little boat, which is the fastest one, there isn't anywhere to stand, so I kind of have to sit in the driver's chair and do something with a hand crank, or I could just do it like this, but it'd be cool to have some like fancy gears or something.
Gears are
Wait,
fun.
what were you saying?
I was just saying Joseph finally answered the question about what a living trust is, and he says it's like a will for the security of your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that.
Do we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I think that answers the living will question.
Yeah.
Living trust thing. I just didn't realize.
Yeah, I want them to each. I want the kids to all get their own land and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I need to just not die until I help them build their own houses.
Do that, Bells. You're making a mess, sweet.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
Can you pick that up, please?
You got it.
So, chain drive for paddle wheels.
Problem with chains is rust. It would have to be a totally stainless chain.
I have a question about that because we've talked about this before. So let me just ask.
Okay.
Does chain equal metal, or does it just mean the thing?
Okay. The problem with a chain drive is you have moving parts. It's a lot of moving parts. No, it does answer the question. So you can make it out of different materials, but it's gonna wear. So if it's plastic, it's gonna wear out pretty quick.
Well, I just meant like chain itself. Does it?
No, chain can be made out of anything.
Or does it mean like
it can be made out of anything.
A thing. Okay.
But in terms of this,
now continuing on with that.
Yeah. I mean, I have thought about making some things with like big like PVC chain like links, like big, like a bicycle chain, but giant, which I think would be kind of cool, but it's not really. It's just a lot of complication.
Right.
Belt drives. Well, the problem with belt drives is, belts break eventually. Yeah. Even with a cogged belt, I don't want to rely on something I can't make myself. I can make gears, which is why I like gears. Also, gears.
Well,
gears are amazing. I love gears.
Yeah.
So like on my one pedal boat that actually has gears to the pedal, like most of my pedal boats, they just the pedals are directly connected to a wheel. But the one boat, the zombie chopper, the white one, my fastest boat, it's got pedals with a big gear in the middle that turn a little gear that go out the back to a propeller. And that I made the gears myself, and they're stainless steel. And they're not perfect. They're a little bit noisy, but they're pretty good.
Okay, so I have a question. So we're coming up to 1 hour 45 minutes almost.
Oh, thanks, J.N. Hayes. Yeah.
What do you think of wrapping up so we can go have lunch?
Yeah, let's go have lunch.
Okay.
Well, now I feel like I should get to 2 hours. You can. What are we having for lunch today?
Chili.
Chili.
Yeah.
I just made a ton of chili because I was like, I needed to get this.
Well, I think our lives go better when there's 2 people in the lives. So that's why I'm hesitant to just leave because I think it just goes better in general. But we also have to consider lunch and nap time and stuff. And also,
so I made a huge pot of chili this week anyway because I'm spackling my house this week with 0 interruptions.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have a whole bunch of food already made.
Right. And also I want to be able to put the baby down for a nap, which is difficult to do when we're talking. So.
All right. Last couple questions and then we're going to take off.
Okay. Speaking of gears,
have a nice lunch. Ciao for now. Later. A smell tree? Wait, where's that?
A smell tree. A smell tree. A smell tree.
Okay. Yes, actually, I do have a little collection. Like I collect all my aluminum bits and like cut off bits and pieces and stuff, because I do at some point plan to melt them into parts.
Okay.
Have a happy birthday. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing on. You know what I'm probably going to do for my birthday? I
have your kids over and have a movie night.
I'm going to wake up and I'm going to spackle from like sun up till sundown, and my house is going to be spackled.
Jay and Hayes says, wish I was in a financial shape so I could support you all, because I believe you're giving your children one of the best educations, life sustaining, and excellent morals. Good job. Inspiring.
Oh, thanks.
Yes. All right, guys.
That is totally supportive. All the moral support is excellent. That's what I am this week. Spackle master. I'm going to spackle like crazy. Starting tomorrow morning, get out of my way. I am spackling the house.
Yeah, oh, right. If anybody
we want more alien conspiracies.
If anybody feels like pushing the like button, now's the time.
What does that do?
It actually helps to grow your channel.
You know what I want to say at the end of all my videos?
I want you to say
at the end of all my videos, I want to say, oh, and if you really like the video, great.
Yeah.
That's it.
Great.
Good.
Bye, guys. Bye for now. Oh, look. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday from Eric. Thanks, man.
And thanks for making great comment. Blue thumbs splatter because blue thumbs matter. Bye, guys.
Oh, maybe I have to make a birthday video.
Yeah, you're going to have to make it.
Because I'm like old now.
I mean, is this the point in time where we pretend like we think it's off and then it's not really off?
Well, it's off now, right?
Yeah, it's off.
Oh, now I have to talk about all the stuff I'm not supposed to say. Like,